Welcome to the Mujiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. In today's video, we're diving deep into the power dynamics between the formidable admirals and the enigmatic five elders in the post-time skip era of One Piece. When it comes to One Piece, the Egghead Island arc has been one of the most exciting. There have been some big fights on this future island. People have seen the Straw Hat Pirates fight in exciting battles. What's more, this arc has been marine-centered, which means that characters like the Marine Admirals have gotten a lot of attention after a while. The Marine Admirals have not been talked about as much as fans would have liked in One Piece after the time skip. These people are some of the most important in the story, but they're only now getting a lot of attention. In the Egghead Island story arc, the five elders were added, which was an even bigger surprise. The Marines and the five elders both fight the Straw Hat Pirates in this part of the story. So, it was only natural that people would compare the admirals to the five elders. Some people even thought the admirals were stronger than the five elder. Part 1. The Portrayal of Admirals and Five Elders. Fans saw Saturn and Kizaru fight Luffy at the same time in the Egghead Island arc. It is safe to say that they are portrayed in very different ways. To give you an example, Saturn is much more powerful politically than Kizaru, which means that Kizaru is below Saturn. It also means that Oda has to write Kizaru in a certain way when he is facing Saturn. Because Saturn is above Kizaru, comparing how these two people are portrayed will not work perfectly. Unfortunately, that doesn't prove that Saturn is stronger than Kizaru. But since Oda usually writes the better enemies as being stronger, especially ones who are good at fight, it is a sign. However, Kizaru and Saturn both did really well on Egghead, especially when they fight Luffy. Kizaru fought Luffy well in the first round, but Luffy beat him in the end. Kizaru was embarrassed over and over by the Yonko in the second round, though, which only showed how much weaker he was than the Straw Hat Pirates captain. Part 2. The Power of the Admirals. When it comes to power, the Admirals are without a doubt some of the best people in all of One Piece. Because they are so strong, the Cross Guild has put out a 3-crown bounty on their head. 1 crown is equal to 1 billion berries, and each admiral has a gift of 3 crowns, which is the same as 3 billion berries. This alone shows that the admirals are very good at fighting. On top of that, they have some of the strongest devil fruits that One Piece fans have seen. Kizaru, who is fighting at Egghead, has the power of the Pika Pika no Mi. He can use this Logia devil fruit to change into light, make light, and control it in any way he wants. As far as One Piece fans are concerned, this is one of the most powerful devil fruits they have seen. It definitely puts him at the top of the story in terms of power. Kizaru also has access to great haki. He is both the armament haki and the observation haki, and he makes the most of both of them. In particular, Kizaru's haki was much better than Sendamaru's. Sendamara thought his guard was the toughest in the world. This alone shows that Kizaru has great haki and that not many people can beat him in battle. Part 3. The Power of the Five Elders. Some fans now have a better idea of what the five elders can do. All of them can use some evil skills, and fans know that Venushiro also has one of the supreme grade weapons, called Shodaikatetsu. When it comes to devil fruit skills, the five elders have some of the best ones. Saturn, on the other hand, has a power that lets him change into the Ushioni, also known as Gyuki. With the back half of an ox and the front half of a spider, the Gyuki is a pretty scary animal. He is able to hurt enemies in ways that can't be seen and even hold them down in place. He can also cover himself in a poison that is very strong and can go through almost anything. One hit from Saturn's power could end up being deadly. Some of these skills can be very dangerous, but Saturn's ability to regenerate is probably the most amazing one. This is true for all five elders. Because this power is so strong, Luffy's strikes don't hurt him at all. This can change the outcome of any fight. Part 4. The Showing of the Admirals compared to five elders. There is no doubt in the fans' minds that the five elders are better than the admirals when they are put side by side. There was a strong feeling of Saturn's power throughout the whole island. Even Luffy, who was already fighting Kizaru, was shook. Plus, when Luffy fought them both at the same time, Saturn was the only one who could stop Gear 5's skills. Saturn turned around and attacked Luffy over and over again after he spun them both on his fingers and threw them at his enemies. At the same time, fans saw Kizaru bleed a lot when Luffy struck him, but Saturn could heal everything that was done to him. In addition, Luffy paid extra attention to Saturn and said that none of his strikes could hurt him. Even though Kizaru is strong, he is clearly shown to be weaker than Saturn. Fans shouldn't be surprised by this, especially since Saturn has more than just Kizaru. He is higher up in the world government than Kizaru, and the fact that he is one of the main bad guys in the story and played a part in the events of the Void Century only makes him more important. Saturn is already much stronger than Kizaru in every way. Summary and highlights. The Egghead Island arc is about how the Marine Admirals and the Five Elders are at odds with each other politically in One Piece. Admirals like Kizaru are very strong and have special skills that make them tough opponents, even for Luffy in fight on Egghead. Saturn is one of the Five Elders, and he is stronger and can heal himself faster than other characters. And there you have it, folks. The Admirals may wield immense power, but the inscrutable might of the Five Elders proves to be a force beyond reckoning. As the saga of One Piece unfolds, one thing remains certain: the balance of power is ever shifting, and surprises await at every turn. Thank you very much for visiting the Mugiwara Sketches YouTube channel, buddy. We hope you enjoy our review analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to continue joining us on our joyful journey in the world of anime. If you have any wishes, questions, or suggestions for our next videos, feel free to express your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for your support, and until we meet again. See you next time, buddy. What is One Piece anime? One Piece is a manga and anime story about a young boy named Monkey D. Luffy who wants to be the king of the pirates in the world. As a child, he eats a devil fruit, a strange plant that makes him able to stretch like rubber. Before the show starts, Luffy goes out into the world for the first time and starts to gather a group of pirates. The main group grows over time, but it starts with Luffy, Nami the Navigator, and a swordsman named Roronoa Zoro. At some point, Luffy and his friends are known as the Straw Hat Pirates, and they go on many exciting adventures across the ocean. One Piece is a lot of fun because it's silly. Luffy goes from island to island around the world in the series. Each island has its own setting and theme. It's a pretty fantastical world full of animals that look like people, live skeletons, and other delightfully strange things. Within moments the group is in a winter scene, and the next they are on a tropical island full of giants. The show is full of silly and bright details. For example, Zoro holds a sword in his mouth, a scary military boss wears a cute bulldog hat. And people don't use phones to talk to each other instead. They use special transponder snails that can send and receive messages. Luffy is a carefree person who just wants to eat a tasty meal and laugh at bad jokes. Even though there are some funny parts in the series, a lot of One Piece is about freedom. During his travels, Luffy often takes up guns to help his friends and encourages others to do the same against pirates and government-backed military occupations. The characters in Luffy and his crew get stronger with each fight, which is typical for shonen manga. A lot of the story is about how Luffy beats a problem that seemed impossible to solve and finds some kind of secret power. After each fight, Luffy and his team get stronger and move closer to his main goal, which is to find the One Piece. Why is it called One Piece? The first part of both the manga and the anime shows that Pirate King Gold D. Roger is telling the truth about the mythical wealth called the One Piece. One Piece is the name of the show because Luffy wants to find the One Piece and become the next Pirate King. One of Luffy's main goals in the show is mentioned in the show's title. What is the One Piece? The answer to this question is still one of the biggest secrets in the series. It's been more than 1,000 episodes, and we still don't know what One Piece is. We know that the One Piece is the name of the treasure that Gold D. Roger collected on his travels because of details in the manga. We still don't know a lot about the treasure, though. There are a lot of ideas from fans about what the One Piece is, but we still don't know what it is or even if it's real. The One Piece could just be the friends Luffy makes along the way.